So what's James Holzhauer's strategy? Here it is. He's doing a few things that a lot of the gamblers, or rather the players, because they weren't gamblers, the players on Jeopardy did and weren't prepared to do when a gambler was actually there. One, he is starting at the bottom of the board with $1,000 questions, which everyone has watched and everyone has talked about. Two, his own strategy was to build a big stack early. And if you have played any Texas Hold'em, really any cards at all, you know the value of having a better betting capacity than anybody else at the table. He recognized that. He actually ran the numbers on it and said his whole strategy was to bet big. And then he figured out what the liability in the book was, which is the way they refer to it in sports gambling. His success rate was higher than the potential loss rate of betting on the $1,000 questions. He knew in practice going in that his correct answer rate was something like 95%. And most Jeopardy players are hitting that area, but they're not betting commensurate with the fact that they can win many more times than they lose. They bet modestly. They bet modestly, and then they bet big. He bets big, then he bets big, and then he bets big, and he's already amassed so much money by the time anybody else is even out of the garage that he is already in what you would refer to in poker as a dominant chip stack, or what they sometimes call a kill stack. That was his whole strategy, was understanding that they get it right more than they get it wrong frequently. And his correct rate, he's missed, I think he's gotten 535 questions right, 19 wrong, which isn't the best anyone's ever done, but it's the smartest betting based on what anyone's ever done. And this was exactly his strategy all the way through. He looked at it like a sports gambler and then realized there was a big hole in the system. And if you've done any sports gambling, you're always looking for that hole.
You know, Tim Ferriss, who made his big money with the 4-hour work week, he won a martial arts contest in Japan. He'd never trained in it. All he did was he read the rules in detail. And
I remember this story. This is why I thought he was a jerk.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes, because he worked the rules and he did something no one knew you could do. I legitimately wonder how many Jeopardy players thought you had to start at the top, because of all the game shows I've watched, Jeopardy's the top.
Oh, that's the way.
You have to do it, because I always thought, idiots, go to the $1,000. It's the same odds. They're not that much harder questions. I wonder if people thought you had to start low.
No, they didn't, absolutely, because these people have trained in mock rounds to even get on the show. So they knew exactly what they could do. They just felt like that sequentially, like they were more worried about the being wrong on the $1,000 question or whatever it was, and not wanting to bet it up like that until, watch though, you will never see it played the same way again. And what's going to happen is there's going to be some rule changes, because now everyone knows the way you win on the show.
I played Jeopardy once on a mock stage, and I freaked myself out. I was like, well, I can't get it wrong. What?
And he said the collateral benefit of betting big was he wasn't around professional gamblers, and they got freaked by how much money he was putting out there. And he said, you don't think clearly when you're worried about the pressure.